Smile though your heart is aching, smile even though it's breaking. When there are clouds in the sky, you'll get by. If you smile through your fear and sorrow, smile and maybe tomorrow you'll see the sun come shining through for you. Charlie Chaplin wrote that for modern times, and you might think, what's Charlie Chaplin got to do with the interview I'm going to talk about now, which I'm most curious? And it's because there were two things really. The interview was really, it brought together, I don't know what I wrote down here, yes, a pompous character, his comeuppance and a cloying sentimental finale, which are all hallmarks of one of Charlie's films. And I thought of that because, not just because of what took place, but because after the window, 11th story window of the interview place, which was the London College of Printing, now the London College of Communication, I could see where Charlie Chaplin came from at the Elephant and Castle, right as a panorama in front of me. And of course, his very, very poor background in the Elephant and Castle was used by him to throughout his career, really, to not just address this set, but the characters that he played, whether they're serious or comic ones, were drawn from those streets. And I think it was Sigmund Freud who said that all Charlie's films are really him as a child in the Elephant and Castle, and he's probably right. Anyway, here I was in the Elephant and Castle, and I'm sitting in a room with two other candidates, and anyway, here we go. Where are you lecturing now? I turned from gazing out of the window to see which of the two other candidates shortlisted for the job and sitting opposite, waiting for the outcome of our respective interviews, have spoken. Oh, at Cambridge. Cambridge? The art school? No. It must be the university. So why have you bothered to come here? Was it the principal lectureship grade? No, neither really. It's just that I live in London and, well, the college I'm teaching at is a teacher training college. And although it is closely affiliated to the university, and it's very nice if you like that sort of thing, it is not really for me. I'd much rather teach in London. I'm Vaughan, by the way. You? Roger Huxtable. Roger inclines his head and eyes towards a smaller guy sitting next to him, who has been staring glumly at the drab liner on the floor since he emerged from the interview room. This is Clive Punt. Clive looks up slowly as he possibly can. We know each other. We should do. We are colleagues, aren't we, Clive? Roger leans over and places an unwelcome arm around Clive. Yup, said Clyde, returning to examine the floor. Well, I say, picking up on Roger's breeziness, they shouldn't be too long in making up their minds in there. After all, there are only three of us to choose from. There should be only two of us, mumbles Clive, without bothering to look up. Now, Clive, says Roger. They want to be fair. Roger and Clive fall silent. You said you were colleagues, Roger. Where do you both work? Clive looks up quickly and almost aggressively, directed towards Roger, and before he can answer, here. We both work here, don't we, Clive? Roger. Roger nods. In the same department, Vaughan. Viscom. Oh, visual communication, the department this job is in? Yeah. And only one of us should have been shortlisted for it. But the head of department, Alex, you met him in there. He's a bit of a bastard. Isn't he, Clive? Wants to set us against each other. Divide and rule, bastard. Well, I suppose I'm here. They might offer it to me, Roger. Vaughan, you're only here to make it look right. It's going to be one of us. That's what Alex said. Oh, well, if that's the case, the only thing stopping me leaving right now is to pick up my portfolio, which is in the office in there. But I've heard that jobs in land and art colleges are usually fixed beforehand, so I'm not very surprised. They're not all fixed. Which one of us it will be, for instance? We don't know, adds Clive unhelpfully. No, we don't know, echoes Roger, now looking a little less ebullient. I make pen sculptures. What sort of work do you do? I'm a printmaker. So am I, says Clive. I'm a senior lecturer, says Roger. I'm just a lecturer, says Clive. You? Oh, just a lecturer, Clive. The door to the interview room opens, and there stands Alex! Exclaims Roger. Hello, Roger, says Alex. He turns his eyes to me. Great interview, Vaughan. But the panel would like to see Mr. Pallant. And then still eyeing me. Sorry, Roger. Roger and Clive turn to one another. Stand is not the word for their expressions. Then Clive gets up, adjusts his tie, draws himself to his full height, and strolls through the doorway, held open helpfully by Alex the bastard. It clanks shut. Silence. Bastard. The fucking bastard. I was above Clive. Clive will now be above me. Oh, sorry, Roger, will he accept? Of course you fucking will, Vaughan. It's all right for you. Hardly, it appears I was just here as window dressing. Roger ignores this. He has more important things to consider. In fact, he looks as though he's about to burst into tears. They planned this to humiliate me. I'm a senior lecturer. Bastard, the lot of them. Clive's just a lecturer. The door opens. I've been offered the principal lectureship. And? Says Roger. I've accepted, Roger. Oh! Roger bursts into tears, jumps to his feet, clasps Clive, and now they are both sobbing. Alex strolls out with my portfolio. As I said, Vaughan, a great interview and great work. Thanks for attending, Vaughan. Here are your expenses form. Just completed and send it in. I've already countersigned it. Alex walks over to the sobbers and clasps both of them to him. Now I have a 3-man loving to experience. Pass the sick bucket. Great guys. Terrific, both of you. I get up to leave. Me and the bastard are the only ones in the room with dry eyes. Light up your face with gladness, hide every trace of sadness, although a tear may be ever so near. That's the time you must keep on trying. Smile, what's the use of crying?